Guess what I picked up yesterday? Kirby G3. It's pretty cool. I have a G3 at my dad's place, but this one's a little different. His is a 1993, I think, the one I have at his place. This one's a 1990. This is one of the first G3s. The Kirby there's one of the last. Now, as I showed in my shorts video, this one, the yoke isn't even designed with a return spring. And I could have fixed that if I felt like it, but I didn't, because the transmission in this thing's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this thing too. It's really cool. It's a very neat feature. Or rather, design. Transmission in this thing's amazing. It pushes light as a feather. It's much like my Hoover concept in that way. How, how the transmission doesn't have a return spring. You can just like push it forward on however long it'll keep going. This thing is probably the same way. I haven't tested that yet. I also like how it's got this to adjust whether or not the handle tilts. You can go all the way down. I also had to fix the handle spring yesterday, which was interesting. Or you can have it like this, which leans it. Now, unlike this one, my Avalier, it can't lock like this. Nor can it lock fully down for storage. At least, wait, let me test. Oh, it can. Okay. So far I've done a couple repairs to it. One, the handle spring broke. And I could have been a lazy bastard like a lot of you guys and replaced it with one from a Centria. Because like that's what the other G3 had, but I was like, no. If I'm doing this, I may as well do the real thing. So what I did was I took the whole fucking thing apart, which, here's the donor I took from. It's a G5. But yeah, this is the donor I took from. And originally it had a metal one. Well, originally this one had both plastic, but this side one used to have both metal. This thing broke, so I replaced it with a metal one from this side. And the fact that this side was plastic was the reason why it stopped working to begin with. Because the pin right here had, right here. This one I tried to grind so I could take it out. Wait. Yeah, this pin right here had fallen out, allowing it to twist. But I replaced it with a screw and like properly screwed it way the fuck in to the point where it was screwing through the plastic. And this side I replaced it with a metal one. So now I won't have any issues anymore, hopefully. But man, are these a pain in the ass to get together, because once you have, normally this would have two pieces, you have to rotate it. A third hand would be amazing for this job until this hole right here lines up with this. You've got to put that much tension on the spring. Then you can put the pin, or in my case, a screw through there. And then boom, handle spring's repaired. It's a long, difficult process, and I'm not going to tell you guys how to take it apart and all that. Mostly because I don't want to be liable if anyone is a stupid fucking moron and gets injured. Now, on with this machine. I can tell it's one of the first ones because, the date code on the other side there. And the fact that it's got a vertical vent. That means it's a very rare machine. And even nicer about it, this thing, fully functional, doesn't skip. I think this machine was barely even used, because it had a little bit of dirt in a few spots, but otherwise it was pretty clean. And you can also tell because the bottom right here, it's actually clear. My other G3 does not have that. In my other G3, it also didn't have the original tech drive thing right here. And it also had a G7. It had this right here instead of a G3 one. But luckily my local Kirby store is very nice and lended me some. By lended I mean I bought it off of them. Now yeah. Look at how crisp the bag looks. Isn't that amazing? And the main reason I pulled the trigger on this thing, 80 bucks, was because look at how beautiful that is. It's in perfect shape. There's only like a little scuff right there, and that I don't mind. So yeah, that's my G3. It does have it does have its original fan, and it is in immaculate shape, and because the original sound of these things is very coveted, I decided to not replace that fan. Definitely not because I don't have a spare.